Over the past few months, one conversation has been nearly impossible to avoid, whether at home or in the news. Of course, I'm talking about
healthcare.
The U.S. House of Representatives just barely managed to pass a bill at the beginning of May known as the American Health Care Act. Though details on the plan are still scarce, and the Senate is likely to write its own version,
the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office estimates it will knock nearly 23 million people off their healthcare plans and could devastate insurance markets. One part of healthcare that's escaped debate has been alternative medicine.
Though alternative practices like acupuncture, traditional Chinese medicine, largely aren't covered by insurance plans, that doesn't mean that they'll be completely unaffected by a shakeup of the healthcare landscape. More than a third of U.S. adults use some form of alternative medicine, and research has shown that those who are unable to afford or delay seeking conventional healthcare due to costs are the group of adults most likely to turn to alternative medicine. In 2012, Americans spent more than $30 billion out of pocket on alternative therapies.
That includes Stefan Herzig, who has been paying out of pocket for acupuncture for more than 7 years for ailments like back and shoulder pain.
I wasn't affected one way or the other. Basically, I came back and said, I really don't know what all of this nonsense is about acupuncture, because it didn't seem to have any positive effect on me, nor a negative effect. The pain I had in my shoulder was absolutely, totally mitigated. I found that to be rather convincing.
It takes more time to do this. This is not something where you go to a doctor and they tell you what to do and it's a 10-minute fix or a 10-minute pill. It's actually like we spend hours together. A lot of people don't want to do the hard work there. They'd rather pop a pill sometimes.
Still, I think there's still a propensity in many parts of our society where people want a pill. I had a woman come in and say, my knee hurts, I have terrible arthritis, and I realized she wanted a Tai Chi aspirin. She wanted Tai Chi to be like an aspirin that she could take.
Physicians prescribed about 2.8 billion drugs in 2013, with about $54 billion spent out of pocket on prescription drugs alone.
The financial climate has been difficult for people because when you go to you use your insurance, they're not paying for homeopathy, they're not paying for Ayurveda. They're less expensive, yet they're out of pocket, and they have fewer side effects. So they're healthier and more sustainable for you and for the world. But people, if they take conventional drugs of any kind, it's covered by insurance. So it's driving people away when they actually could benefit a lot from it.
Even large hospital systems have gone in on the idea of alternative medicine, creating departments of complementary or integrative medicine. North Shore University Health System here in Evanston claims to have one of the largest integrative medicine departments in the region, with physicians trained in both traditional Western medicine along with other alternative therapies as well. While North Shore states on its website that it only offers safe, evidence-based therapies, some have been critical of this trend as a whole, arguing that hospitals are looking to bring in services their patients are demanding without necessarily looking to see whether the evidence is backing up that there's any medical benefit to these therapies.
But practitioners argue the evidence is mounting by the day.
So the data is now in. Like anyone who thinks this is not real hasn't looked at the latest research. It's not gotten to the doctors yet. Seriously, when you look at it, it's mind-blowing.
More than just clinical trials, practitioners often have stories of their own that they say prove there's power in their practice.
I didn't talk about my label for a long time, and I have multiple sclerosis. And Tai Chi really transformed my life in helping me to learn to walk again. I first went to a class of seniors. And I was 40 and my balance was the worst of anybody's in the room. So it was a humbling experience.
And the tide may be turning.
I am getting more referrals from physical therapists, from medical doctors, and from everything from gynecologists to rheumatologists, neurologists. And I am even having some medical people come to my classes.
To many, the ongoing debate in Washington and across the country has made one thing clear.
Medical health care, as I sit here today, in our country is an absolute disaster. I would like to see much more acceptance of alternative solutions to issues medically in our country.
Patients are ready. People really want to heal.